Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pinky is Crazy, and if you don't know me, that's fine. I'm a very small YouTuber. I do a bunch of small videos. I do storytelling. I do gaming. I do a lot of gaming. I do a lot of reviews. I am trying to currently follow the algorithm. I'm trying to be not just trying to follow the algorithm, but I'm trying to become monetized. And so if you want to help me do that, go ahead and subscribe down there. Watch this video all the way through, and we'll go ahead and watch a couple other more of my videos. And, leave a like. Let the algorithm know that you like it. If you watch it more than 30 seconds, the algorithm's going to pick up on it that you like this video. So let's go ahead and hop into it. The thing that this video is going to be about is why I'm homeless, why it's hard for me to get a job, and the importance of reading fine print. So let's go ahead and kind of the reason why I'm homeless and fine print is kind of in the same boat. So let's just go ahead and hop into it. So about a month ago, or a month and like 10 days ago or so, like a month ago and 2 days ago now, right? I had gotten a call from the state police while I was at work. And at that time when I was at work, the state police had told me that they had received paperwork from Adance's Sporting Goods, which is a place where we went to go try to purchase a firearm. Not we, my wife. My wife went out to go try to purchase a firearm, which she was granted by the state police the access to get that firearm. So, with that being said, if she was going to purchase a firearm, I needed to know if I was allowed to be around one. Unfortunately, I didn't have the direct answer around that because with my wife, before we were married, we had a domestic assault case, and I will go into that further in a later video. But the domestic assault case has been on the First Offenders Act. The First Offenders Act states as long as I pay my fines, I do my anger management class, and I have good behavior for 2 years, I am good okay. So I had completed my my payment. I had also completed my anger management class, which, by the way, if you have or people have told you that you take your anger and you put it in unhealthy ways, I recommend you take an anger management course. It was the best thing I have ever taken. It has taught me a lot of things, and no, I'm not sponsored by anger management. I'm just saying it was absolutely amazing in my experience from what I learned, and it definitely showed me how to healthily use my anger instead of unhealthily. And people who have never experienced anger management need to know that anger management is not as what it says. You cannot eliminate your anger. The point of anger management and the key word of management is to take your anger and put it in more healthier outlets instead of doing unhealthy things. And I can go into a deeper video on that later on, but let's go ahead and go a little bit further into my reason of being arrested. So I had answered everything right on the piece of paper, but in order for me to see if I needed a firearm or if I could be around a firearm, I had to purchase a firearm in order to do the paperwork. So I asked them if there's any other way, and I asked them if there's anything that would get me in trouble, and they said no, as long as you do everything correctly. So I did. I answered the questions correctly. I let them know up front that I had a domestic assault on my record and would it disqualify me, and they said technically it depends on basis to basis, how long it's been since you had the domestic assault and of that nature. I said, well, I just got through it, but I'm also going through a program. So he told me to go ahead and fill out this paperwork. So I fill out the paperwork. I'm kind of just trying to hurry up. It's closing time. And I screw up on my first paperwork, so he balls it up, gives me another one, and walks me through it. So we walk through it. I tell him, I said, I need to make sure I hit that domestic assault right on there. And he's like, okay. So he leads me down the paperwork, telling me to put my name, my number, my social security number. He explains to me what the importance of this information. And then we get to the back. The back is the questionnaire. This is where I screwed up at. I started answering everything right. He said, the domestic assault is right here. So I put it right. And I went down and I got to the stalking. Do you have a protective order out there saying that you're stalking or trying to harm someone out there? And I put no, because I had totally forgot that my ex's, or my ex, but my wife, ex best friend / boyfriend had put out a protective order on me. So I put no. And that apparently was wrong. And when you sign on the bottom of it, it states that you as a person know that these information is correct. At the time, it was late. I was getting put through it. It was literally closing time. They were closing. And it was late. It was just a last second decision. So my wife and I went to the store, and that's when this all went down. So about 6 months later, because that was back in November, now we're in April, I get a call from a little state trooper telling me that I broke the law and that they're about to put a warrant out for my arrest, and I can do one or two things. One, I could turn myself in, or two, I can run, and they'll find me eventually. They know where I work at, obviously. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the right thing. I'm a good individual. I'm a good person. I'm not the great person. I'm not a perfect person. I'm a good person. So, as a good Samaritan citizen, I turned myself in. I told my job I had to go because I was being arrested by the state police. Big mistake. For people who don't know, do not tell your job if you are ever in any legal trouble. They will instantly put you on leave, tell HR, especially your manager, and they'll tell them. So, if you have to go turn yourself in, and the officer, you know, he was really nice. He was trying to tell me this, but me being a good person, I was like, no, I will turn myself in. And so I did. And because of that, because it was a Friday, I came back in later and did phone calls because I was a sales rep and I was very great at my job. I then turned myself in and came back later to complete my my work. And the next day, on Saturday, I was then called by the manager of our building, and he went, hey, I hate to tell you this, but you're put on leave. Put on leave? Yeah, and it's without pay. Like, you're not getting no money for it. So you're still working for us, but you're on leave, and you're not getting paid for it. I was like, what? And I was like, well, how long is it going to take? He's like, I can't really tell you that because I've never dealt with this before, so I can't really tell you that. But I can keep contact for HR if you need them, and I can contact them and see what they can do and get back to you when they give me a solid answer. Well, it's been about a month, and that solid answer did not. So the first week, I was able to stay in a hotel, and after that, the money had to go elsewhere. If we're going to sleep in our car, my AC compressor wasn't good, so I had to replace my AC compressor. And now, the reason why I'm still homeless, and I'll be homeless until this case is over with, is I call it a felony. Trying to purchase a firearm while on a protective order is a felony. Lying on the trying to purchase a firearm while on a protective order is a misdemeanor. Trying to purchase a firearm lying on a firearm worksheet is a felony. So I received a felony. Sucks to be a fresh felon. So anybody who knows, 7 years for misdemeanor, 10 years for felons. So for 10 years, I am going to have this felon follow my record until then. But the case is going to be dismissed. 1, the protective order is no longer in place. 2, the one that I lied on the paperwork, I answered everything else correctly. So that shows that I did not purposely lie on the paperwork. I clearly forgot that I had a protective order out on me. And since the protective order is expired, both of those cases will be dismissed. The officer told me he's seen this quite a few times, and 99.9% of the chance of these times they get dismissed. Same thing with me getting released on an unsecured bond. He had told me earlier on that if I come in, he said he's not 100% sure, but he's 99.9% chance that I will be released without even have to pay a cent. And I told him all my fears. I answered his questions and everything. And I let him know clearly that my intent was not to lie on the paperwork. I never had that intent ever. And I was not there to purchase the firearm because of there. I was trying to find out if I could be around firearms because my wife was purchasing a firearm and I wanted to make sure I was following the law, which absolutely sucks, right? Like, you're over here trying to be a good Samaritan citizen and you get followed into a very small technicality. And so now as I'm posting this video, it's already been a month, I have my court case in the beginning of July 8th. So until July 8th, I cannot get a job because I'm a felon. And not only that, the jobs that do hire felons will not hire me because the court case is still ongoing. And if I go to jail, they do not want to have to fire a felon who was going to jail, because that would look worse on my record. So not only would I get fired from my other job, I would get fired from the new job. So they don't want to do it. So that is why I don't have a job. So here, which I had just reached out to our outsources and my city, there is a temp agency. Temp agencies allow you to get jobs while putting in paper through, if you made it through here. So I will see y'all in the next video, and I'll be actually posting a continuance from today to more videos, simply because I got a lot of ideas, and you know, you gotta use that noggin, you know. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.